You do have a cemetery down back, right?
Yeah, right out
Yeah.
back here, yeah.
Do you have any details on who's buried there and what it was all about?
Well, the
I'll let Jerry.
first one that went in there was my ancestor Jesse Davis, who went in there in the spring of '93. And then his wife was there and his kids. And then he had a daughter that married a Bryant. And that's where it's called the Davis Bryant Cemetery. And then if you dig up anything on the place next door, you're going to come into the name Bryant. And that's how it come in, because I think her name was Rebecca. And she married a Bryant. And then the Bryants originated from there, and it was in the Bryant and the family till 1959. Was the last one when Miss Harry Bryant's wife died. Okay, on down in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead.
We was
Yeah.
lady next door said when they moved in that the house was haunted, and she had somebody from up here, I think out of Bates College, come in, and they supposed to have done a cleansing and stuff of the house, and there was like 5 spirits in this house. And Dad and I were sitting there, we're listening to it, we're going okay. Then supposedly there was a spirit of a horse, and I says, well, what's the horse? He have a bad tragedy happen to him or something in the house? And she said, well, there's a woman, and she says she's very upset because she said she was supposed to be buried in the cemetery with her husband, and she's not there. And they said her name was Mary. Well, it would be this Mary Bryant. Well, Mary Bryant, when she died, I was only 2 years old. I can remember them telling about Mary. And I said to Dad, I said, is she in that cemetery? Well, thought supposed to be, but her name was never on the headstone. Her date of her death. So one day, it was in December, it was kind of storming that day, so him and I, we jump in my car and we go up to Augusta. They tell us, somebody happened to tell us where to go, so we went in to the woman. She wanted to know if she could help us. And I told her, I said, well, you're probably going to throw us out. Because I said, we're here on a ghost hunt. She looked at us. I says, give me a second and I'll roughly tell you quick what we're here for. So we tell her. And she said, that was a relative of yours. And I said, yes, I was married into the family. So I bet we was there an hour and a half. And this woman, and she had somebody else come. And by God, she found what we wanted. We found all the history and stuff on this Harry Bryant. He was born in 1865, and he was adopted into the Bryant family. And then his wife, he met her, was wondering if they never had any children. Well, they were married late in life. They were married in their late 40s. And come to find out, she was adopted too. And we found when she died, Dad thought she would died in Brunswick in a nursing home. But she didn't. She died up here in the, St. Mary's Hospital. Then Tegan Jenkins was the one that had the funeral. And she was in the cemetery. But there was no date of her being there. So Dad and I, we met with the town manager at the time because there was money left at that cemetery to have her name supposed to put on. So we told him the story. First he kind of looked at us and then we got into it, and then we showed him what we had from Augusta. He was interested and he said, we'll take care of it. So the town had her name. So we see the lady a while later and we says, you had any more? She says, there's nothing. House is quiet.
Quiet.
So we tell people that, they kind of look at us and
That's,
think I said, it was. I told the woman, I was up front with her, I said, you're
Yeah.
probably going to
Yeah, throw us out.
have security come throw us out of here, 'cause you're going to think you've got a couple of nut jobs in the
yeah,
lobby.
Yeah.